We sang Davanala, Samsara, and we sang Shri Guru Vaishnava. Oh, sorry, Krishna Hamate Chaturmukh.
Acha, morning.
Yeah.
Okay. One Mahaprabhu bhajan.
Jai Gauranga Nai. Jadi Gauranga Nai Tabe ki hoy to kemone gadi kaunge Jadi Gauranga Nai tabe ki hoy to que mane
Test, test, test. ॐ चक्षुरुं मिलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरुवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो पञ्चकपतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यः पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसादि गौर हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे
प्रेम से बोलो।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे
जोर से बोलो।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So first of all, I'm paying my unlimited condolence pranam to lotus feet of my beloved Srila Gurudev, Nityalila Vishnupada, Patita Bhavan Srila Gaurabinda Goswami Maharaj. And also I pay my unlimited condolence pranam to the lotus feet of Nityalila Paramahamsa Parivacharya Sotra Sadhya Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj. And to my beloved Guru Maharaj, Om Vishnupada Sotra Sadhya Bhaktivedanta Maharaj. And also to my beloved Siksha Gurudev, Om Vishnupada Bhaktivedanta Siddhanti Maharaj. To all the Gurus in our Rupananga Guru Maharaj, to all Vaishnavas, Vaishnavis, and also to all the respected guests. Pranam. So, we are entering today the second day of our retreat. Already one day we have left behind. The time is ticking, always, especially when we are in the association of high-class Vaishnavas, where so much inspiration and guidance is given to us, towards us. We as aspiring devotees to make some inches or big steps progress on this path according to our own capacity. So yesterday we did an introduction about, although we are coming on this path of bhakti, it seems like everything is quite an easy progress according to different yoga systems, like Ashtanga Yoga, where lots of tapasya has to be done with a goal to ultimate, to reach have the darshan of the Paramatma. Even to come to the level of Brahma Jyoti, although we are not inspiring that, but still, if one wants, a soul in this material world wants to reach the Brahma Jyoti level, so much tapasya has to be done. It's not easy. Not easy to come, because also the Brahma Jyoti is the indirect energy of the Lord. You cannot have entrance for that energy without any endeavor. The only energy we are receiving from the Lord is His Mahamaya. This material world, which is actually created for one reason: to realize first that we are not a part of this world. as the eternal Jiva Atma. This is one realization where the Bhagavad Gita starts. And as devotees who are now many years on this path, we don't want to hear about the Jiva Atma Tattva because we think that already I know that I'm the eternal soul. Go further. And we want to hear high topics. But first, why Swami Prabhupada gave his life in preaching is cutting the jungle. Because it is necessary. Because if it's not necessary, then he would progress in his teachings also. You understand? So Maharaj yesterday wonderfully explained, although a sadhu or a Vaishnava is speaking topics, it depends on the persons who is hearing according to their conscious, according to their knowledge, what they are actually receiving. Because when a sadhu or realized soul speaks something, it is complete, it is full, it is pure. But with our unpure mind, we are making it contaminated. How do you say that? Contaminated, yes. Contaminated, yes. Because our material understanding is not on that level. Why? It is the first what Maharaj yesterday was telling us. Correct? What's it? Kali Kali Balina Indriya Variva. Krishna Bhakti Ma Ki Ha Kanta Kakoti Rudra. What Kanta Kakoti? There's many obstacles are there. Many obstacles are there on this path of bhakti. We have to understand what is this obstacle. It's not our personal obstacles because we are not motivated. That is one thing. But Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is explaining very clearly. When we come in this path of bhakti, it's a science. It's not thinking, oh, when the mercy will come to us. Although this verse is telling this. This verse is telling, without the mercy of Chaitanya Chandra, where are we? We are lost. We are lost. So, this Kripa Karosi is needed of Chaitanya Chandra. But how we can receive this Kripa? It's not that we were waiting for it. Oh, I'm coming to retreats, I'm coming to the programs, I'm enjoying the prasad and everything, doing some seva, and one day the kripa will fall on my head. It's not like that. When we study the books of our acharyas, especially from Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, all the instructions, what is anartha? What kind of anarthas are there? Do we know that? Who knows all the anarthas? Is someone who knows all the anarthas? Which kind of anarthas are there? We are here on this path of bhakti, Prabhuji?
Asatrishta,
Mm-hmm.
Aparad,
Mm-hmm.
Asatrish, Aparad, Swarup Brahm,
Yeah.
Hriday Durvalya.
Gee. That is actually the main thing. It is going deeper actually also. They are, on every phase we are, if you go to Bhajana Kriya Sadhu Sangha, there are anarthas. We are facing anarthas. But if all these anarthas comes together, then these four are coming. And now, there are two anarthas But it's very important also. What do you say? Aparad. Aparad in many ways. What kind of aparad? Seva aparad, Vaishnava aparad, Nama aparad. We know all these topics, but are we working on these topics? That's the question. Because of this aparat, we get Hidaya Durlabha. We get attached to this spiritual world. Understand? They are communicating with each other. When we do aparat, then what is happening? What is happening? We are more attracted to this material world. When this happening, then you know that you are committing aparat. You see, this outcome of it. So, what I try to say actually with this speech is that we as devotees, as sincere devotees, has to reflect on ourselves. It is a reflection. We have to contemplate, we have to reflect. Every day. It is not just chanting the rounds, it's not only hearing Harikatha, it's good, that is the best. Sravanadi is the best, like yesterday I told you. But then what we have to do are, like Maharaj was saying today when we wake up, try to, again, think about what is given to us. Because there's a progress, there's a process what we have to face every day. And then when you see that, oh, I'm doing some kind of aparat, or I'm too much doing things what is not favorable, then we have to check ourselves. Check our mind. Because that is what I said yesterday is the worst enemy. The mind is telling us, yes, I'm qualified. The mind is telling, yes, I know all these things. But that is the most dangerous thing, because also in bhakti progress, there are anarthas. In bhakti, when we progress, there are also anarthas. Vishwanath Chakravarti is not telling this. And there's a very dangerous one. Tarangarangani, he's telling. Tarangarangani, you know what it is? Tarangarangani means that when we make progress in this path, we are here hearing Harikatha, receiving all the knowledge. You are thinking that you are better than the world. You are thinking that I have more knowledge, I know more slokas, I know this, I know that. Then our newcomers, I'm more senior. That is Tarangarangani. And you want respect more and more and more grows. Very subtle but Katinak. This is very dangerous anartha. And what is this anartha he didn't have before he came on the path? He didn't have it. But by progressing on the path, Maya Devi is coming to catch us with these obstacles. Giving this proud. And it's hidden proud, because we are thinking, Tina, Vishunichina. But when you are alone, yes, I'm humble. But when we are facing things, and somebody is telling me something, then we are losing everything. And then all this, beneath what we have, all the anarthas growing, coming to life. We cannot handle this truth. That's why this is a part of self-realization, always telling. We didn't came here to check someone else, but check ourselves. The one who's doing that very sincerely can receive the mercy from the sadhu directly, and the sadhu is seeing this also. He has to know what is going on in someone. Only by reading you, knowing how you are dealing, now how you're looking at him, now according to when he is giving Harikatha, that is the power what you get with Harikatha. Now I'm seeing who is tired, not tired, who are listening, not listening, who are hiding. On the face and the eyes, you can see many things going on. Understand? I can see that from my conditioned eyes. But to speak of a sadhu, only by the forehead he can see more things, not the eyes, the forehead. You can read. According to that, he is handling the devotees to inspire them. Maharaj told me that the more someone becomes mature on this path, the more correction is needed. Yesterday he was telling this also. Correction is needed. And the more someone is new on this path, what does he do? He's just treating him as a lovely baby. What do we do as a baby? Yes, you are good, you are fine, you are such a quality you have. You're such nice. Although he's seeing so much faults, but still. Yesterday told me, if I truly give the reality to someone, he will go and cry and not come on his path, he will go away. He's saying this. So that is the dealing of the Vaishnava. They are very calculated. They have to be calculated. Because not everyone can handle the truth. Less people can handle the truth. But when we get the correction, and we can handle it, and still be humble, and still be inspired, that is the true test of a Vaishnava, who is giving them the mercy. Although the blessing or the shouting chastisement is there, feeling is coming, but still you are serving. Then the Vaishnava getting pleased. Oh, now you are learning. Now you are learning. You understand? Try to understand this part. Sometimes I see Maharaj very hard, chastising. And I think, oh my God, they are babies, how they will handle. But sometimes I see someone's crying, or sometimes they are inspired. This is mercy, they understand. That is matureness. So we have to understand that we are full, that is what I'm trying to do, we are full of defaults. How to get corrected, how to become a Vaishnava, or a Vaishnava, true Vaishnava. That is what is needed to be very open-minded for it. But nowadays in this world, everyone wants respect. Respect, and everyone wants to, it's natural to be loved and to be empowered, positive. But we are forgetting all these defaults that we have. They don't want, no one wants to talk about it. That is hiding. You understand? You're hiding all your things, but you just want to show your best part of yourself. But you are cheating yourself in that. When someone is open to the sadhu, open-hearted, then as a doctor, he can operate. What does it mean to go to the doctor and say, everything is fine? No, the doctor you have to say, this is wrong, I'm feeling this, I'm feeling that. Then the correction can come. So this is part, especially for us. Try to make use of it. When the Vaishnava is here, we have to make use and ask how to make progress. Ask the good questions. Everything what will bring you to a better situation on the path of bhakti. That's our questions. Not all the problems. Don't come with problems with the Vaishnavas. Sometimes I'm seeing this also. All the mundane problems. Perhaps this, that, my girlfriend, boyfriend, this, that. No, that is material problems. Don't come with that. Vaishnavas will come, okay, although these problems are coming, how to deal with this problem. What I yesterday. It is not the problem, it is how you deal with the problem. That is the problem. And sadhus are expert in dealing with problems. Expert. And then we can take over ourselves, not the world, ourselves. Now, take over yourself, be in control, and be focused on our sadhana, on our goal, prayojan. So this is in short, actually the task as devotees we have to realize. Understand? We have a task. And without remembering of this task, we are just coming and enjoying, and retreat is so nice and everything. But end of the 5 days, truly, what did we learn and how I will change all this learning will change my life on a better way. That is the thing what we do. We have to write down every day what I have learned today. Guru Govinda Maharaj was always telling, this is what you have to do. End of the day, you have to check your barometer. What did I learn today? And how I will change the next day. Understand? Without doing this, you're just waiting when the Kripa will come. No. You have to do just that. And then, Kripa. Vancha Kalpa.
I was about to ring bell.
That's why.
You know my heart.
That's why
गुरुवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय सदाय कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरकृष्णे नमः। राधा चिंतनिवेशिनं यस्य कान्ति विलोकिता श्री कृष्ण चरणं वन्दे राधालिङ्गितं विग्रहम्। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। भक्ति मार्ग इह कंठ कोटि रुद्धा। We were hearing yesterday this bhakti marg, the path of bhakti is full of all obstacles. How to come over obstacles? I'm not focusing on that. What are those obstacles? First, we have to focus on that. You know? The very first thing, there are many. Actually, it's like heaps of Kanta Koti Ruddha. Suppose if you are going for a morning walk, barefoot, no shoes, and there we see on the path, like it's a paddy field, we see so many thorns, not one. There are many thorns. Similarly, the path of bhakti, there is not one thorn, there are many thorns. When Radharani was very young age, with the assistance of her sakhis, she used to walk on the path where so many thorns were thrown, and she was kept like blindfold, a black cloth on her eyes, and she was practicing to walk on this path full of thorns. Imagine. Why? That's a practice which is going to help her in future. When she has to go in the midnight to see Krishna, and all those forests, on those paths which are full of thorns, And no one in Braj Mandal wearing shoes. Krishna is not wearing, Sakha is not wearing, Radharani is not wearing shoes. So much respect to Braj Mandal. So much respect to this Bhumi, this land of Vrindavan. Because why Krishna was not wearing was different. Another reason. Why Radharani is not wearing is another reason. Krishna is not wearing shoes for the reason because Vrindavan is the heart of Krishna, is the heart of Radharani. Under man, more man, Vrindavan. Vrindavan is the heart of Radharani. And Krishna is very careful and he don't want to offend, stepping the heart of Radharani, Vrindavan, with the shoes. But why Radharani is not wearing shoes? Because the impressions of Krishna footprints are impressed. And because of that utmost respect, she is not walking on those path with the shoes. So, practicing from very young age, walking on the path of which are full of thorns. Why? As I said, she is to meet Krishna. She is learning from this young age. Similarly, bhakti starts, the embodiment of prema is Radharani. And bhakti emanates from the lotus feet of Shri Radharani. Because our aim and object is to attain the loving service of the divine lotus feet of Radharani. We Gaudiya Vaishnavas, we follow the same process. Therefore, Bhakti Marga Eva Kanta Koti Ruddha. This Bhakti Marg is full of thorns. What kind of thorns now? Not one or two, there are many. So first to detect those thorns. And one, the foremost is lack of Sharnagati, lack of surrenderness. When I say lack of Sharnagati means the word Sharnagati has 6 limbs. What are those 6 limbs of Sharnagati? I mean,
Anukulyasya sankalpaha pratikulyasya varjanam rakshashiti vishvaso goptrive varanam tata atmanikshepa karpanye sadvira sharanagati.
meaning,
So accepting things that are favorable and rejecting things that are unfavorable for bhakti, seeing the Lord as my own protector, also my own maintainer, and atmanikshepa, so complete self-surrender and also humility.
the 6 limbs of Sharnagati which makes Sharnagati complete. Anukulasya sankalpam pratikulasya vivarjanam rakshati vishvaso goptityam varnam tatha atmanikshepa kartanya. First is accepting those things which are favorable to bhakti. This is the first. First is acceptance. It's not saying first is a rejection. First limb of Sharnagati is acceptance. Acceptance of what? Those things which are, those practices which are favorable to bhakti. What are the processes which are favorable to bhakti? Karma yoga? Jnana yoga? No. Acceptance of bhakti yoga. And therefore Krishna has to say directly to Arjuna, but not to Arjun, but to all of us. Bhagavad Gita was not only spoken to Arjun, Bhagavad Gita was spoken to all of us on the pretext of speaking to Arjun. Did he ever inspire anyone to follow the process of karma or the jnana? No. What process he recommended? Bhakti yoga. Sarv dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja. Give up what? What is the meaning?
Abandon all
All
varieties
these
of
words.
religion.
Huh?
Abandon all varieties of religion.
Abandon all varieties of religion and surrender
surrender
unto me. And then
I'll deliver you from all sinful reactions.
I deliver you from all sinful reactions. Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja. Give up all other, abandon all other duties and surrender unto me. Where? Surrender unto me. Your hands, your eyes, your nose. Mathura, Ayodhya, Kashi, Dwarka, Sharanam Vraja, in Braj. That's the essence of Bhagavad Gita. The essence. Surrender unto me in Braja. Anything, any hurdles, cutting this statement is all Bhakti Marga Iha Kantha Koti Ruddha. This is another level. This is a, I can say, rooftop of what we started discussing yesterday. What are the obstacles on the path of bhakti? Some kind of not going sequence but mixture. Different levels of what are the thoughts on the path of bhakti, what are the obstacles on the path of bhakti, different levels. So another level is Krishna is directly saying, Mam ekam, only and only Sharanam Vraja, in Braj. Give up all other attachments. Prabhu, attachment towards what? Attachment towards what? Shri Raghunath Das Goswami is saying in Manashiksha, Api tattva Lakshmipati Radhim iti vyom nahinim. Give up attachment even to the husband of goddess of fortune, Narayan. Give up attachment to Narayan. Is it a simple statement? Is any ordinary person speaking this? Give up attachment to Narayan also. Give up attachment to all. Matsya, Kurma, Vara, Narsingha, Ram, Parshuram. Even give up attachment to Dwarkadish. Even attachment to Mathuradish. Accept what? Mam ekam sharanam vraja. Accept. Surrender unto me. Where? Where? In Braj. Prabhu, if you don't mind, can I ask you further explanation on this matter? You asking us to surrender unto you in Braj. How to surrender unto you in Braj? What mood? Shall we become your servant? Dasyaras? No. Sakyaras? When you say also means no. Vasalyaras? In Maduras? Yes. Yeah. I want more further explanation on this. In Maduras, to become servant of Rukmani Satyabhama, did I say that? Then what you mean? When you saying Mam Ekam Sharanam Braja, surrender unto me in Braj, Krishna said yes. That's why I told this earlier. Tesham Satat Yuktanam Bhajatam Priti Purvakam. And then Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam Yenamam Upayantite. If you want to get attached to me, then you have to worship with me with Priti Purvakam, with love, with not any reverential mood. This is again obstacle on bhakti. Serving Krishna with the opulence mood. Bhakti marg iha kanta koti ruddha. Getting my point? I don't like if you serve me with awe and reverence. Because sakala jana, sakala jagat kare gaur Vedi bhakti te brajabhav pai te nahi shakti. Everyone in the whole world, they're trying to worship me with a mood of opulence. And with that opulence mood, one cannot attain my Braj Bhakti. But I want all of you to attain my Braj Bhakti, Braj Bhav. With what? Yena mam upyanti te. With paramar mood, with Parikya Bhav. Any other thing besides this is obstacles. This is what Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada wanted to give to this world. This is what Rupa Goswami gave unto this world. This is what Raghunath Das Goswami, this is what Jeev Goswami, and all the Goswamis, they wanted to give us what? Yena mam upyanti te. Worshipping me with Upapati Bhav, with Paramar mood, Parikya Bhav. Only with this mood, Mam Ekam Sharanam Braja. Surrender to me in Braj with Parikya Bhav. So give up all other attachments to all other avatars and only surrender unto me in Braj. This is what Krishna wants to say. So this is very high level. But acceptance of those things which are favorable to bhakti. Which bhakti? The bhakti of Braj Bhav. The bhakti of Vrindavan. This bhakti. Anything comes on this way, bhakti, give up that. And accept what? Mahajano je gata sapantha. Accept that path which is shown to us by our Mahajans, by our predecessors. Only follow that path. All other paths are very dangerous. And they are not going to lead us to our goal, our aim and object. All other processes are fake. Mahajana, only the safest path is following the path of Mahajan. Amar sange chalo, Mahajane kache jai. Come with me. We'll take you where? The path which Mahajans have shown to us. The great personalities, Guru Vargas have shown to us. Acceptance of those things which are favorable to bhakti. This is the best acceptance. Even accepting Diksha is not everything. Understand? Even accepting Diksha is not everything. But acceptance of the path which is shown by Mahajans, that's everything. But in that process of acceptance, what happens? Arche Vishnu Shilade Gurushu Narmate Vaishnava Jati Buddhi. Considering the deities are made of metal, wood, considering Gurudev as ordinary human being, and considering the Vaishnavas belongs to different caste, creed, color, these are, anyone who follows this definitely going to go hell. These are obstacles on bhakti. We don't believe deities, they are actually Radha Krishna. We don't believe Gurudev is divine personality. He's here to help me. He's here to correct me. He's here to clear up that path of bhakti which is full of thorns. And how Gurudev does that? Many times with love and affection and sometimes with correcting. And in that correcting means some chastisement, which is not different from the Mahaprasad. There's Gurudev's Mahaprasad. Many of us we receive Mahaprasad from Gurudev. Gopal ko mila kabhi? He's very honest. He said yes. He got Mahaprasad from Gurudev. And those who stayed with Gurudev, they know this. Mahaprasad. But now, getting Mahaprasad, if someone gets this Mahaprasad now, will never show up again. No more retreat. Take your neck bead. Take your mala. I don't want. What kind of rude person are you? It's unpolite, rude. But remember, what Gurudev is doing, he planted the seed of bhakti in the heart and is uprooting those weeds which are making that plant stagnant. What Gurudev is implanting in the heart? Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Beej, the seed of the creeper of bhakti. And we see what happens with the plants. Some weeds develops. And Gurudev is uprooting those weeds so that the creeper of bhakti goes high and high and high. If that weeds always stay there, then the main plant gets stagnant, it cannot grow. So it's very important to uproot those weeds. And while doing so, these are the obstacles on path of bhakti. Those weeds. I'll give you one example, and many of you will be surprised to hear that. One of the very prominent disciple of Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada, he was very perfectionist. He can't tolerate any mistakes. And why actually Gurudev, he don't like any mistakes? Because what is our aim? To become famous in this world? To become a motivational speakers? Or you want to just become a speaker?
Influencer.
To get influence So that, oh, the whole country, India will see me. The whole is Australia, America going to see me. London going to see me. Every devotee will appreciate me for my good speaking. First deserve, then
Desire.
you have desire what you don't deserve. That's a common formula. Srila Bharati Maharaji used to give example. A very famous wrestler in India, gold medalist, very famous all over the world. Because he's very famous and big build, he always used to hide himself. It's not like posing himself all the time. I'm big, I'm big, I'm big. And that makes the person famous. So he's not just mixing with each and every one and going to each and every place to just show off his muscles and, hey, I'm famous. You want to wrestle with me? Hey, I'm famous. That's insult to his caliber. Whereas if he's getting challenge from someone, he used to say, oh, actually, some other time. More one gets qualities, more hide those qualities, not expose those qualities. Note down these points with underline. This is going to help us a lot in our process of bhakti. A lot. Because I said yesterday, in my career of practicing bhakti, I've seen so many people joining and then giving up, joining and giving up, joining, because the underlying part is missing, because they didn't gone through a very good training. Training means alertness. Just like in India, in defense, in army, they choose very intellectual personalities. Everyone has to go through training in very intellectual personality to join very high position of military. So one of my colleagues in those days, he joined NDA, which is National Defense Academy. It's a training program. The trainer, after their training done, a very difficult training, very difficult. It's not easy. On a helicopter, right on the ocean, they throw the person in the water. And even in South Africa, we have one Godbrother Mukunda. He's also intelligence department. He used to tell his story, and it's like, whose poems? He said, because he gone through that very severe training, they throw the guy from the helicopter in the ocean without any help and support. You have to just come out, swim whatever you want, that's your headache. And then they become what? The guards, the bodyguards and all. Like one-man army, this kind of training. So one of my friend who passed all the exams, written exams and theory and practical, the last point, the trainer took 10 boys in a building with 25 floors on the rooftop. And he told all of them, I'm going to give you order and you have to obey my order, otherwise I will disqualify you. That's the last point. And anyone who get passed in this immediately will get like a very high post in military. So he called upon one boy, come here, just on the edge of the building, just like the edge, and and the trainer said, jump. And he said, what? me to jump. There is no net, there is no security measures. I order you jump. What are you going to do in a difficult situation? How are you going to protect people? Jump. He says, I don't want to die. I don't want to join this defense. I don't want to die. Disqualified. Another he called, second boy, third boy, and when my friend, he was very intelligent. When he came on the edge, the trainer said, jump! And he just jumped. He didn't say to jump on the ground. He just told him to jump. And that's the order about. And he used his intelligence. And he got qualified. In 10, amongst the 10 boys, he got qualified. Imagine. So understanding the word with complete intelligence. Also in bhakti like this. So trainer is always very fiery. Trainer is not, no problem if you come Mangal Aarti. That's not training about. Why you not came Mangal Aarti? That's training about. So this sannyasi, Srila Prabhupada disciple, very hard. He wants everything perfect. We heard this story from Srila Bhaktivedanta Bharati Maharaj Ji. So he gave one little handful of atta, wheat flour, and he told his servant to make 2 chapatis. Just 2 chapatis. And his sevak, his servant, he acted very cleverly. And with the same amount of that wheat flour, he made 3 chapatis instead of 2. So when he came with a plate of prasadam to serve his Gurudev, and the Gurudev saw 3 chapatis instead of 2. And the servant, the sevak was very happy. Oh, wow, Gurudev is going to give me some award. And what award he got? Mahaprasad. Big one on his face. And he was, what wrong I did? Then Srila Bharati Maharaj asked him that, Maharaj, you are my Guru Varga. I'm no one to interrupt you, but I just want to know from you what mistake he did. He didn't waste your money, he didn't waste your flour. The same amount of flour, instead of 2, he made 3 chapatis. What wrong he did? Then Maharaj replied, it's not the matter of 2 or 3 or 4 chapatis. It's the point of disobeying my order. It's the point of disobeying my order. And right in the beginning, if he start developing this nature of disobeying me, then in future he is going to disobey many of my orders, big orders. So right from the point, when I see any mistake, I want to correct him. This slap will remind him forever. Forever. You taking this as a slap, but I am taking this as my love. This is my affection to him, because I want to make him Guru. I don't want to make him servant. Guru always makes Guru. But we have to go through training. And training means very hard training. Bhakti marga iha kanta kote uddha. How to clear up those obstacles for oneself and for my friends. But if I don't know anything, how am I going to help my other friends? If you're trying to become Guru, it's not that you have to just become a speaker. When you're speaking, you're giving Krishna in the heart of the audience. If you don't have Krishna, how are you going to give the Krishna to others? If you have 10 euros in your pocket and I demand 50, how are you going to give? But if you have 100, you can give 99. So, speaking Krishna Katha means giving Krishna in the heart of the disciples, giving Krishna in the heart of the audience. So, what is your practice? How much Krishna have you attained? Bhakti is not on a very simple emotional level. Bhakti is something on a very practical ground. It's not just sentiments. It's not just emotions. It's not just sympathy. If a one person walked in with like blind, oh, of course sympathy is there. But that doesn't mean if he's blind that he's doing more bhakti than one who has eyes. So it's not only just about sympathy. It's not only about just emotions. Oh, I like you so much. You're my best friend. And whatever you do, I will follow you. What kind of friend you chose? Something of your level? You considering that person as your Shiksha Guru? Never. That means you're not familiar with the words of Shastras. And Shastra says, Sajati Ashish Snigde Sadhu Sange Sato Bharani. Associate with sadhus in Guru Parampara, but those sadhus supposed to be high realization and seniors. Not same like, not friendship like. Friendship has, although friendship is very good, but friendship is not just a platform to rely on. It's not a platform. So bottom line is, always associate with high authorities, those who are seniors, those who have realizations, those who have served Gurudev, not just from those who are also, those who are still under training. In anywhere, suppose you on the street to learn how to drive car. Can you rely on just anyone? And your friends say, hey listen, I'm also learning. You sit with me, I will teach you. Okay, wait a minute. You still learning. Okay. And if a person comes with say, I have a license and a certificate that I'm a trainer, how to teach driving. Which one you prefer? Shivani, which one you prefer? Second one? Jayashri? Who else? Govinda? Not your friend? He's a risky, huh? But he's your fast friend, very good friend. But still, it's a risk. And Pran Prabhu?
Obviously the second one.
Nitai? No one is saying first one, why? He's also learning, your friend also learning, he can guide you. Dinamani? One second. Gopal Prabhu? Krishna Gurmat?
Gurudev,
No.
my best friend.
It's not a question of Gurudev. I'm asking amongst these two,
And
who's we going to prefer? Which one? Second one? Vimal Prabhu? So everyone says second one. Why? Because with the first one there is a risk. He's still under training. But the second one is certified. There's authenticity there. It's certified by authorities. So we all don't want to take risk. You know what happened? Latest news this year only, when there was, after COVID, many airlines they stopped functioning and they fired so many pilots, but then they resumed and now inviting pilots. So they were getting shortage of employees at airports, everywhere. Even Amsterdam, I heard same thing happened in America, New York, everywhere. Once upon a time, they found out a person, pilot, who was under training, was not even having certificate. They found out, and disqualified him right away. What if he goes through crash? He's still under training. He don't even have license. Authority didn't sanction him. So many lives at risk because he may damage anything. Maybe he's learning. He know how to. What's a good word? Flight.
Take off.
Not only take off, but
Land.
yes, how to operate. Yes. But he has no experience. He read on the manual how to operate, or maybe one time he operated. But if complications comes, how to deal with those complications? If there is storm, if there is lightning, they know all the formulas, how to handle. So all passengers in the flight is at risk. An expert pilot, take off safely and land safely. That's the difference between under training and a trained person. So we have to choose. The choice is ours. We can't just simply say, hey, you're my friend. Because you're under training, but still, I believe you. Because you're my friend. That will not work. Wo nahi chalega. That will not work here. My friendship with you, that's on one level. But when the point comes of, operating the flight or driving, that's, something we need to know. Because life at risk. And the pilot also have to be very careful. If he's not certified, he's making other people's life at risk. Because if you don't know how to deal with the situations, I have one devotee. He's going to be a disciple. He's pilot. So I just asking you, hey, you having drinks like tea, and why you operating flight? He said, Maharaj, it's not that easy. So many challenges comes. And many details, I'm not going to. But he was telling that sometimes there's like thunderstorm, heavy dark rain clouds, and it's not that like car, you can apply brake and stop in the sky. Or you can take turn around. Like there's a thunderstorm and you're just turning around. No. They have a choice. Either to turn around the flight a different route, or he said the best is just go through the storm. And that's the dangerous part. But they don't announce that we're going through danger because half of them get heart attack. When the pilot declares, hello everyone, this is pilot from the flight deck. So I'm going through very hard time. I don't know what's going to happen. It's a turbulence, a thunderstorm. So, please pray. Please remember your God. Imagine what will happen. If imagine we are on that flight and the pilot announced like this. Heart failure, immediately. But they don't say this. They just say, oh, we are going through some turbulence, please fasten your seatbelt. Make you relax and feel. That's the policy. They are trained. They are not supposed to say that. But he was telling we have to cross that thunderstorm with a risk. We'll see what's going to happen. We can't stop, we can't change, we have to cross that. So when this kind of complication comes, who is there to clear up those? One who is expert and licensed. Not a trainee will not work there. Similarly, whom to associate with? Not with trainee, but those who are trained. And especially those who are trainers. Means high authorities. Means those who are licensed. A trainee can tell you how to operate flight, a trainee can tell you how to drive car. But if any complication comes, how the trainee going to deal, because he himself is not trained. And that's the point of accident. And believe me, this accident with car crash is nothing as compared to spiritual accident, where you lose everything. Lose the Siddhanta. Oh, no problem, worship Hanuman, no problem, worship him, no problem, everything worship together. And then more and more deep Siddhanta in that. How the trainee can deal with this situation if anyone raises question and you have no answer to that question. Then it's going to be violence. Just himsa. That's Jeev Himsa. So these are called Bhakti Marga Iha Kantam Koti Ruddha. First deserve, then desire. Now, this small girl, what's her name? What's her name? Sham Sundari. And her mom? Govinda Sundari. If Sham Sundari, young girl, how? 3 years?
Yes.
3 years. My guess is right. If Sham Sundari tells her mom, hey mom, get up for Mangal Aarti, and you have to cook like this, she start posing herself as mom. It doesn't suit to her profile, right? But if she's doing naughty activities, if she's making noise, throwing things around, that suits to her age. Otherwise, if she start imitating like her mom, people will say, no, she is like over mature. It doesn't suit to her profile. But if Govind Sundari start acting like Shama Sundari, being a mom, she acting like a child, is also doesn't suit to her profile, right? She throws things around, she's studying, crying. This is called anadhikar cheshta. Transgressing the maryada. Transgressing your qualification. So everyone looks nice when they are in their own qualification. The moment you start overlapping that, that makes what we call himsa, violence. These are the thorns on the path of bhakti. Just for one point. And what is that? I want adoration. Adoration, understand? What is the meaning? Simple word for adoration? I need pratishtha, name and fame. I'll give you one example. At the time of Gurudev, on Janmashtami day, a day before Janmashtami, there used to be a procession in Mathura. Thousands of people following Srila Gurudev. A big band party. Sometimes elephants, horses, big procession. The whole Mathura city used to see Srila Gurudev sitting on a chariot. there was one boy who brought a cup of water and he jumped on the chariot to offer this to Gurudev. And Gurudev immediately saw that boy. He said, "Who told you to come here? Go down." Chastised him. His intention was not wrong. He wanted to serve water to Gurudev. And what's wrong in that? Yes? Is anything wrong in that? We see there is nothing wrong in that. But Gurudev saw there is so much wrong in that. Immediately Gurudev scanned him and understood why he jumped on the chariot to offer him water. Because what was in his heart? By sitting on the chariot and offering water, I want to show everyone that I'm very close to my Gurudev. And I'll be in the pictures and photographs with him. Then I'll become famous. And immediately seeing his mood, Gurudev said, "Get out from here." Because he don't want to. Okay, you can say Gurudev is very rude here. Why he ordered him to get out? What wrong? He just brought a cup of water for you. But it's not the point of water. Gurudev, what is? I can fast without water, but I can't see you dying with this desire of smearing all over your body the stool of a pig, which is known as Pratishta. Pratishta Sukera Vishta. Prabhupada said this. Pratishta is what? The stool of a hog. Pig, hog, he eats all stool. But pig never even eat his own stool. And Pratishta, the desire for name and fame is compared to as the stool of a hog. Pratishtasha dhrishta shapajramni me hidi nate. You know this verse? Krishna? Pran?
Katam sadhu premas.
Start from the beginning.
What's beginning again?
Pratishtasha
Pratishta sadrishta swapachara me hridi natet katam sadhu premas prashriti etan nanumana. Sadatvam. No, I forgot.
You need to revive this.
Yeah.
There was a time Pran Prabhu, he knew so many verses, all Manushiksha. But you're not repeating that, so but you always very close. So complete his, thoroughly complete his.
Pratishta sadrishta sabcharamani mahritena sadkatham sadhu prema sparsati suchita manumana sadatam sivasva prabhudeta samantantam yatatvam iskasya tvaritam yahatvam vishyatsa.
Pran can give translation.
This desire for prestige is like a outcast dog-eater woman dancing in the heart. So how can Katam Sadhu Prema, that very pure Sadhu Prem, touch that heart? Always submerge yourself in the nectar of service to the Lord and call out to
The pure devotees
the
of
pure
the
devotees of the Lord,
Samutalam. The pure devotees,
commanders of the
commanders of the Mahaprabhu. So Pratishta Asha Dhrishta, this is called training. The moment I say anything, immediately they have answered. I speak one word and they complete the whole verse and give translation. Yes. But if I ask you to speak Hari Katha to 100 people, can you? Pran? He stayed in mud for so many years. He learned so many verses. But if I ask you to stand up and speak to 100 people, can you?
if you ask me,
Can you guarantee me you're not going to do mistake?
Sorry?
Are you guaranteeing me you're not going to do any mistake?
No guarantee.
And if someone asks you a question and you're not able to answer, then? And if you give a wrong answer and the person is writing, bus is off track. That's why it's risky. Under training, not trained. Train comes when there is realization. While practicing bhakti, while contemplating on the verses. So what we have to do? Follow the process of learning verses, the process of learning songs with a meaning. Practicing this. First practice, first deserve, and then desire. If I'm not deserving anything and I'm desiring, that's just like I'm daydreaming. So if I deserve, then I can desire, then it suits to profile. So therefore, coming back to that point, that Gurudev slapped his disciple because of disobedience. He's off track. What I said, it's not that he's wasting my money or wasting that ingredients in the kitchen, but he's just disobeying me. This path of prema, bhakti is not that easy. This part of prema bhakti needs so much understanding. And when the point comes, when you serving, not caring for day and night, not caring for anybody else, then one day you will utter this verse. Mukam karoti vachalam. Meaning, that's simple one. Bimagu, Ananta.
If you, by the mercy of Guru, even the one who can't speak can become a great speaker. The one who is not able to walk can walk on the great mountains. It all comes by the mercy.
When the mercy of Guru and Krishna is there, then a dumb person can also start speaking. And the lame person can cross mountains. Paramanand Madhavam, Shri Guru Dina Taranam, Mukam Karoti Vachalam. You will realize this one day. It's guaranteed. But for that, you have to give your life. Understand? Giving up life? I'm not saying giving up your wife. Giving up life. And my Gurudev used to say this so many times. Gurudev, see here. प्राण को हथेली में रखकर गुरु की सेवा करो. You know this meaning? Take your life in your hands and you serve your Guru. Then you will realize the gravity of his words. And then you will realize the gravity of Guru Tattva. Not anything else, not some euros or dollars in your hand, but he said life in your hand. What is more important, money or life? It's easy to give money, but it's so difficult to give life. At the time of Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada, there was one Grastha disciple, very famous. His name was Jagbandhu Prabhu. and he was very rich. So much money he had, very rich. When he heard Srila Prabhupada speaking, not Prabhupada speaking means direct, not just to keep up the mind of the audience, to please the audience. That was not Srila Prabhupada's style of speaking. Or if I speak few words, oh, they will be happy. Prabhupada said, I have nothing to do with their happiness. But I will not compromise anything. I will only speak what Mahaprabhu wanted to speak. No compromise. Prabhupada never compromised with anything. Just to please your heart, you please your mind? No, that's not my style. You like it or you not like it? You walk away or you sit? No care. That was Srila Prabhupada. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, when he was preaching, when he was speaking Hari Katha, he was very polite, mellow, and many people used to come. The hall is full. The hall was full, and he used to speak Hari Katha. But because he was magistrate, 150 years back, magistrate, he was appointed for some official work, but he don't want to give up this Hari Katha session, so he told Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada, you speak for 3 days, you continue with Hari Katha, then I will take over. Srila Prabhupada said yes. And in the absence of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Srila Prabhupada, when he starts speaking Hari Katha, his speaking Hari Katha is like roaring of a lion in the forest. And by hearing this Hari Katha, 50% audience left. Next day, another 20%. Then third day, another 20%. When Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur came back, he saw only 4 people sitting. Only 4. And he said, what happened? Where the whole audience? Prabhupada said, nothing, I was just speaking Hari Katha and they left. Srila Prabhupada's speaking was to the point, no compromising, not to please someone's heart, but just telling straight. Because his point was, I don't want anything from you. I'm not here to get anything from you, I'm here to give you. The day when we realize the sacrifice, the day when we realize the sacrifice which our Guru Devs and our preachers, they do for us, then we'll understand the gravity of their life. How much sacrifice they are doing, and they have done in the past, and they are doing now in the present. Can we value the gravity of their sacrifice? We take it easy going. Oh, there's festival, some kirtan, dancing, singing, Hari Katha, feast, and in the last day you just give 100 euros to. I mean, that's okay, that's etiquette. But it's not. It's not that we actually value their sacrifice for us. The moment if you start to value that sacrifice, you can't stop your tears. Oh, Gurudev was great, he was preaching here and there in his old age. All this glorification, the words, flowery words of glorification. But how many people understand the gravity of his sacrifice? And what is his sacrifice? That he's on a flight 14 hours? This is one kind of sacrifice. Or that he renounced his family in his young age? That's one kind of sacrifice. You know what is the biggest sacrifice? Sacrificing the most favorite place of his residence. And that is Shri Vrindavan Dham. Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev, and all acharyas, they sacrifice the most favorite place of their residence, Shri Vrindavan Dham, which is more dear than their own life. They sacrifice that for people around the world. And following the footsteps of these acharyas, so many preachers who are actually sacrificing value those sacrifice. Try to understand this. You staying in your home with your family, with all facilities. Give up your wife, give up your children, give up your profession, and just wander in the streets. For 2 years, stay in Vrindavan Dham. Just for 2 years. How much you're going to miss your home, your family, your friends, then you will realize this. Then you will realize when you're going to miss them. Similarly, our acharyas, our authorities, Gurudev, when they left Vrindavan Dham, in their old age, the age of retirement, when we leave our work in the age of retirement to live easygoing life, that is the age when they chose to become restless and no rest. This is called value they sacrifice. The most important place for them is Shri Vrindavan Dham. It's so comfortable zone there. Early morning aartis, Bhagavad Katha, darshans, and dham, sanctified with spiritual energies. Those who go Vrindavan in Parikrama, you can feel that? Yes? Is there any difference between Holland and Vrindavan Dham? Yes, Bimal Guru? No difference? Yes, Chandrika Devi? All those who be in Vrindavan? Lavanga? Difference, yes or no? No, there are also trees in Vrindavan, trees here. The grass is green there, grass is here. There is a river flowing and also river here. There is no comparison. This land is insignificant, like a straw in comparison with spiritual land, Shri Vrindavan Dham. And when that Vrindavan Dham becomes your life and soul, note my point. When Vrindavan Dham becomes your life and soul, and then you have to give up your life, then you will understand what sacrifice means. Then you will understand how to value those sadhus who are sacrificing so much for us. And also their sacrificing for us means not to make us their servants, but to make them gurus. Value that sacrifice. This is called take life in your hands and serve your Guru, because then you value that sacrifice. If you don't value sacrifice, it's called ungrateful. Ungrateful. Understand the word ungrateful? So just an example. Dinamani Prabhu. If I give my 10 years to him, means I give him money, I give him my time, I gave him, say, devotional clothes, I taught him how to put tilak, I preached to him, I made him aware of what is Bhagavad Gita, I told him not to eat meat, I told him not to drink alcohol, I told him not to smoke, I made him aware of what is Vrindavan Dham, I made him aware of what is Navdeep Dham, who is Mahaprabhu, who is Gurudev, I made him aware of everything. if I give my energy to him, and he's not valuing my sacrifice, then he will be very ungrateful. And then remember, in future, if you're giving your energy to someone, if that person will also do the same to you, then you will value that sacrifice that somebody has done to me. Because we are not valuing that sacrifice, therefore no change in the heart. I'm telling you very straight. There is no change in the heart because we are not valuing that sacrifice of someone who has done for us in our life. Yeah. Life comes from? Bhakti comes from? Bhakti. Life here means bhakti. You know? That's why Vaishnavas, they give respect to everyone. Everyone. Jive saman jani Krishna dishtan. Valuing that sacrifice. Very important. Otherwise, ungrateful. And that's why not feeling any emotions. And that's why there's so much dryness. That's why so many confusions. And because of confusion, there is fusions. Yes. That's why not getting any realizations. And heart is not melting. Because it's not just sympathy. Bhakti is not just emotions and sympathy. But bhakti is philosophy with emotions. Bhakti is not only just philosophy without emotions, emotions without philosophy. Bhakti is philosophy and emotions together. You're not even aware of the philosophy and you just have emotions. Then you can, like in Bengal, you can cheat so many people. You know, you never saw this in Bengal. There are many people, they're professional people. They sing Maha Mantra for 24 hours. And they're the best smokers. Yes. They like come in a team of 5-6 people to Mridanga and like 2 or 3, 4 singers. So they take turn 8 hours, 8 hours, 8 hours and they do 24 hours singing because they get paid. Suppose, oh my son going to get married, please come my home and have 24-hour kirtan. So they pay, pay these people. Gopal knows this.
Yeah.
Pala kirtan. He knows, he's aware of this. Yeah. And how they sing Prabhu? So it's one Maha Mantra, they take like 30 minutes. And they're so expert. And when he's over with 30 minutes now, he needs to breathe, he goes in the back and take 1 cup, not tea. Ananda. 1 cup of alcohol. And because they are crying and weeping, you see the audience. So Matajis and all, they're getting sympathy, just emotions. They also cry. This Prabhu crying, singing. Yes, Gopal?
Yes.
No, because he's from Bengal and he's very famous there. These people very famous there. They're cheating the audience. They're cheating audience by just showing off. And they're familiar with so many tunes of singing Mahamantra. Long hours singing Mahamantra. Professional people. We are not to become like them. This is what is called Bhakti Marg Iha Kanta Koti Ruddha. These are thorns on the path of bhakti. Those people, they are not aware of philosophy, they are just showing off emotions to attract the people and they get more money. More they're making people cry, more they're getting attention, they're getting famous, and the reason of getting famous is they'll get more orders, they'll get more money. Is there anything spirituality involved in that? Not at all. Not at all. Bhakti Thakur is saying, Sada Kande Sango Kane. If you really want to cry for Mahaprabhu, then why have to cry in the audience? Just go in your room, close your doors and cry as much as you want. But Prabhu, Maharaj, no one going to see me there. So you crying to just make everyone see you. These are obstacles in bhakti. If you really want to cry, you have a feeling of crying, go in your room, lock door, and then you cry hours and hours. Mahaprabhu, when I become the respect of a mercy, or Gurudev, when I become the respect of mercy, I want to hit my head in your separation. Pashane kutibo matha anale pashibo. I want to hit my head on the rock. Because now I'm understanding, I'm valuing your sacrifice, now I'm understanding this. Before it was just emotions. I'm just telling you, bhakti is nothing to do with just dry emotions. Bhakti is authentic when it is emotions and philosophy together. Means by hearing philosophy, by hearing Krishna Katha, then emotions reflecting the bona fide emotions, that is called bhakti emotions. Otherwise, it's just sentiments. Oh Prabhu, I was shivering one day, you gave me your blanket, now you become my best friend. So whatever you will say, I will follow that. Is this the criteria to make someone your friend? Because just he offered you one time food or he gave you something and the friendship, I'm not saying we don't have to make friendship, but that person cannot be our mentor. That cannot be become our guru because he's under trainee. He is friend and we should have devotee friends. But he cannot be my authority. Authority is one who is licensed by the authority, not under trainee. You are at risk, so go ahead with your own risk then. So elo or gelo. Since yesterday I am telling this because it's very important. Even in Holland, I'm coming from some years, I don't see many devotees anymore. They came and they're gone because of lack of Sharanagati, surrenderness, because of not valuing the emotions and the sacrifice. Value that, not just by saying thanks. You know? Husband and wife staying together at home. It's just they're saying thanks to each other and not caring for each other. Caring is more important, thanks is not important. In India, no one say thanks. Husband and wife never say thanks to each other. Yes? We've never seen our parents. Mother, she is doing so much for father. Father is doing work, so hard work, comes back home. They never address each other thanks. There's no formal, that's Indian style. I'm not saying the Western style. So there is no point of even saying thanks. But value that thanks. And valuing that thanks means caring. And caring means value that sacrifice. Or somebody done for me. You know? I remember that person who brought me to bhakti. I remember that person. I cannot disobey him. I remember him. But I've given so much to so many people in my life. And how many are listening to me? Very few. And many, they came and they gone. They come, join, very happy, and then disappear. Because of, I've seen with Gurudev. Some people came to Gurudev with so much enthusiasm, but after a while disappear. Cannot value that sacrifice. So sharing is caring and caring is sharing. These are practical implications, I'm telling you, with my experience of in my life. Practical applications. So not only we always hearing Hari Katha, which is good, but this Hari Katha and this kind of practicalities in bhakti, very important to know. And this is the whole idea of about retreat. To learn, not only just to do arati and many other things, but to learn what is the practical applications comes when we are dealing with people, when we are dealing with the devotees, when we are going dham, what things to be keep in mind, what is the gravity of that, what is the practical applications of that. All these things are very important to know. Who's going to tell you this? Who's going to tell you this? Your friend. He himself don't know. How is going to tell you? To learn this from authorities. Okay? Learn from authorities with their practical example. I wanted to say more, but I'm also worried about the time. And our time management is here. So I'm just ending up for now. And we're going to continue this, to be continued in the next session in the evening. We're going to start bhajans by 5 o'clock and then 6 to 7:30 Hari Katha, followed by Arati and then Mahaprasad. Gaur Imam Shri Gurudev ki Jai. His sacrifices ki Jai.
Siddhanti Maharaj ki
Jai.